Welcome back to the Puddin' Creek Rod Shop. Today is going to be big, I tell you. Today is the day we've been waiting on all winter long. Spring has sprung, and today is the day of the Dixie Oil and Gas Spring Show. Now, the little woman and I, we got up bright and early this morning. I hooked up an IV in my arm and I mainlined 2 cups of high-octane coffee. I mean, I got to get straight to the point. I ain't got time to fool around. I know we're going to be dickering today over prices, and I need to get my caffeine levels up to the proper level. Now, the little woman and I, we've loaded up in the grocery getter, and the good news is we're taking all 40,000 of you sidewinders along with us. So all of you crawl in the back seat of the grocery getter. Oh, and don't nobody touch nobody. Now, if you've never been to the Dixie Oil and Gas Show, let me tell you a little bit about it. You see, the first one was held in 1989, and only 17 people showed up to see it. Now, I want you guys to remember that little piece of trivia when we actually get to the show and you see how big of a deal this thing is. The show location is outside of Newport, Tennessee, kind of in between Newport, Tennessee and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And the Spring Dixie Show is usually held in conjunction with the Spring Rod Run in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So if you're coming into town for the Rod Run, schedule yourself a half a day or a whole day to come down and see the Dixie Sign Show. The vendors for this show travel from all over the country to get here. As a matter of fact, as you walk through the show and you talk to the different vendors, you'll notice that just about every vendor has a different accent, and very few of them are East Tennessee accents. Another thing I'll warn you about is the vendors at these shows, they're top-notch. They know just exactly every penny of what these signs and artifacts are worth. If you're just traveling to the Rod Run and you think, I'll go down to Dixie and pick myself up some old signs for my garage, just telling you, buyer beware. I'm not saying these guys are crooks, and not at all. They're real nice guys. I'm just saying they know exactly every penny that these signs are worth, and if you don't, you're at a disadvantage. So if you're a casual buyer, study up, educate yourself before you come. Now, if you're just coming to look, that's a lot of fun too. What I like to do is kind of not really worry about the signs so much. I like to look for hot rod parts because you can find some bargains on hot rod parts at a sign show. All right, we're here. You guys were really good in the back seat. I didn't hear a peep out of you the whole trip. Hey, buddy. Good. Yep.
All right, just right around the corner.
All right.
That's the reason why I'm really, really glad we don't do golf carts. Everybody is.
Building a building.
Yep. Don't fool around, do you? Well, the first booth we walk up to has 2 super cool signs. I really like that Bendix sign, but even better than that is that Builder Supply sign. Now that one is just too cool. I'll try to catch some of these prices as we go through. I know to me that's the most interesting part, is how much this stuff is actually selling for.
Send in your resume.
All right. Talk to Jordan. He's got it.
My resume's on whatnot.
There we go.
The vendor wasn't at this booth for me to ask, but I bet there's a cool story behind this stack of Pepsi signs. I'm guessing they were all stacked up together and looks like maybe even partially buried in the ground. Sure would like to have heard the story behind them. This show is primarily gas pumps and oil cans and old signs and kind of anything that goes along with that theme. But also what makes this show so cool is you'll find antiques, you'll find mini bikes, bicycles, pedal cars, motorcycles, and yeah, even once in a while, a classic car for sale. Just look at that sun coming up over our beautiful East Tennessee mountains. Now, I mean, this is a great show. Every time I see one of these 1930s pedal cars with this beautiful body style, I just want to buy it and take it back to Puddin Creek Rod Shop and cut it up and lower it and make a tail dragger custom out of it, a lead sled. But instead of reaching for my wallet, I just shake it off and keep walking. Now this pump right here is one of the most beautiful I've ever seen. I'm not really a gas pump guy, but if I was, this one right here would have to go in the back of the grocery getter, and the little woman would have to sit on top of it and hold it and keep it from falling out of the hatchback. Now, when I was a little bitty Puddin' Creek, I always wanted one of these bicycles that had a shifter in the middle. Somehow, in my underdeveloped brain, I came up with the idea if I could only get one of these bicycles with a shifter, that shifter would allow you to do burnouts on your bicycle. I know, you don't have to leave it in the comments. I know what you're thinking. You wasn't no genius kid, was you, Puddin' Creek? Every time the little woman sees me digging for my wallet, she starts getting worried and thinking, oh no, what's he bought this time? Well, this time I found an NOS auto compass.
How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, buddy.
Now, if you hang around to the very end of the video, I'm going to show you everything we bought today and tell you exactly what we paid for it.
Fingers ain't working too good this morning.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm one of those guys who I'm humbled. I'm grateful for everything I have and enjoying every day. And then again, in business, all the guys you really get to meet, hang out. Like I said, when I got sick last year, always saw them.
Their family owns the junkyard.
Again, the vendor wasn't at this booth, but I had questions about this. Lots of questions. You just never know what you're going to trip up on here at the Dixie Sign Show. I was just walking along and I run into this international truck and check out the cab lights on top of it. Same ones we were talking about last week in last week's video. That's the same lights that are used for turn signals back in the 1970s on the front of the bad coupe.
Said I had 5. I told you I had 5.
You paint too? It's amazing what I use. I had an MS-80, and I'm not my favorite pump. But somebody had already started restoring it. I took it to a paint guy to have him do it, and he said, "Man, for another couple hundred, you could have made it like a carriage back, like a cement like paint job." And I'm like,
I was gonna say I'd stand pretty tall. Just because I got the original box and all the documents.
Oh yeah, we got a okay.
Oh, here, hold on.
So, you know,
Well, now my Uncle Bill's got a still on the hill where he runs off a gallon or two. The birds in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew. Sorry about that. Them old Mountain Dew signs just make me want to sing one. Now there sure is a strange looking set of hood sides. Those are sure not 32 Ford. Does anybody know what these fit? If you know what these hood sides are off of, leave it in the comments. Educate all of us. You got me, I'm completely stumped.
On the outside of the building, drill a little hole on the street in there again.
Now, you boys thought I was just pulling your leg when I said you could buy car parts at a sign show, but right here they are, just not the car parts I need.
Chicken feeders? What?
You get to messing around the hills of East Tennessee, and there's no telling what you might find. I'm kicking around these Model T parts, and I turn around and look, and there's a blinker fluid machine. I used to know an old moonshiner. He was an old man. He came down out of the mountains of Marshall, North Carolina. That's the area that's right between the state line of Tennessee and North Carolina. And I asked him one time, I said, how many thousands of gallons of moonshine do you think you've made over your lifetime? And he told me, he said, I've spilt more liquor than Popcorn Sutton ever made. I also asked him if corn liquor was the only kind of liquor he made. And he said, son, I can make peach brandy so strong it'll make you spit fuzz. We came upon this old Tires Patch store display, and man, I really liked it. I'd never seen this one before. It had the girl on the front, the cheerleader. It was very unique, and I kind of even like the old auto parts store displays almost better than the signs. They remind me of being a little kid and going in the auto parts stores with my dad, and they'd have these kind of displays sitting around. Just brings back good memories. I asked the lady working the booth how much, but she didn't know. She said she'd have to call her husband and ask him. So I said, oh, don't go to all that trouble. It's probably more than I'd want to spend anyway. But then the little woman come over and she checked it out and she said, that's pretty cool. Why don't you let her call and ask? Now, I figured the husband would say $200 or $250, not because I think this is worth $200 or $250, but things like this, especially with a pinup girl on the front, they usually go for pretty high prices here. And that kind of price will be a lot more than I was willing to spend. I'm not in love with it. I just thought it was pretty cool. I'll take it for $45. I won't even talk you down. I know you like it.
I was surprised no price too. That's why I have to call him because I never know.
Right. Just never seen one before. Yeah.
We've been times we met my aunt, little war cheerleader in high school.
Oh, yeah?
So, maybe like 50s.
There's the old Western Flyer pedal tractor. Now, when I was just a teenager, 16 years old, my part-time job was working at the local Western Auto store. And every Christmas, I bet I put together 150 Western Flyer bicycles. We were selling them with 3 hands. Now, if you're into trains, this guy's got them. He's got Earnhardt's train. I didn't even know Dale Earnhardt had a train. And he's even got Little Earnhardt's train. What's your guess on how much this Buick sign is? Let me know in the comments if you guessed it right or how much off you were.
Well, good deal.
Yeah. How much is that Coca-Cola sign?
Coca-Cola 2,000.
2,000. Well, that's pretty.
It is. And 16 on the big.
16 on the bill. Shoot, those are beautiful. Thanks for letting us look at them.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you guys remember, the little woman didn't want me hanging a 32 Ford grill shell in our living room. I don't know why. I wonder how she'd feel about a big wooden Indian in the living room. We could name him Kalijah. What part of the country is that from?
South.
Where?
The South.
South. I've not seen that one before. I don't think so, no.
$700 on that Delta.
Oh,
The
yeah?
other one sold it.
Oh, yeah. This old popcorn machine is making me kind of hungry. I'm starting to think about lunch. How about after this event's over, we all load back up in the grocery getter and we go to Debbie's Drive-In in Newport, Tennessee. I know what I'm going to order when I get to Debbie's. I'm going to order a peanut butter milkshake. What do you guys want? Be thinking about it before we get there.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you? This sure is cool. 1926. What's the price on it?
That's an 8 grand for it.
8?
So I'll take it off and bought me another guy. I got it running. I said I'd take it. I'm just not out here. Deals. Everything was backwards. Gas is on the left, to the right, brakes on the right, to the left. If you ain't careful, you'll hurt yourself.
Right, right.
I got 2-year-old windows. I've had that thing for 6 months at the house. Get it running.
I can't believe it. We finally found it. It's the King's mini bike.
My old girlfriend from 1980 calls me up. We nicknamed her Puddinhead back in the day. Hey, Puddinhead. Old Puddinhead.
Old Puddinhead.
It's amazing. I just can't get 2 minutes. Done. Really talented, huh? Done.
I'm one and done, bro. It happens. Yeah. How much is this, Oppo?
It's the original.
That's cool. I thought it was the Outlaw Josie Wells at first glance, but it's the other one, isn't it?
Got that one, and I have the Outlaw.
Oh, you do?
Yep, 550.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. I got 550 on that one. I can go ahead and do 450.
Now, the Outlaw Josie Wells, that's my favorite movie of all time. But $450 for a movie poster? I reckon not. You guys beat everything. You know who did that? You did that? You're all right.
If I can help you with anything, let me know.
Hey, like that.
It's a gift. Keep doing the good videos.
All right. What about that?
Oh, neat.
Now you always got something to look for. You're
Well,
looking for
thank
one wheel
you.
and
That's
tire.
right.
I appreciate that.
You're
Yeah.
looking for one wheel and tire now. You'll find it someday.
You think?
And maybe a windshield at the top. I don't know.
Something tells me it might just be on the shelf like this.
It'll be here.
Are you recording?
Yeah. The fiberglass.
That's the neighbors.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the guy over there in the green shirt.
That yours?
What's that?
That grill? Yeah.
Grill,
How much on the fiberglass grill?
85.
85. About 50.
I can't. 75. Since you're Harry's buddy.
All right. Old buddy deal.
Old buddy deal.
All right. You got 25?
Yeah. Thank you.
Fine. Thank you, buddy. I
Hey,
appreciate
thank you. Enjoy.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Good. Now, if you're a regular viewer or one of our subscribers, it's probably about this time in the video that you're saying, why in the world is Old Puddin' Creek, Mr. Traditional Hot Rod, Mr. Let's Build It All period correct, why in the world is he buying a fiberglass 34 Ford grill? Now, I can't blame you for that assertion. I've owned 3 or 4 of these fiberglass 34 Ford grills in the past, and they don't last long. Just about the time I get one bought, it gets gone. Because you see, in our part of the country, in East Tennessee, they must have sold a gazillion fiberglass 34 Ford bodies. I mean, there's finished cars, there's running cars, there's fiberglass 34 sitting in barns, there's fiberglass 34 Fords scattered all over Marketplace in our area. I mean, a lot of times if you drive by an old barn and you see what you think is a 34 Ford barn find, it's a 34 Ford fiberglass body barn find. There are so many fiberglass 34s in our area that when I take the Lady Luck Coupe to a local car show, the number one question I get is it fiberglass? And I'm like, no, it's steel, all steel, Henry Ford steel. What in the world about this car would make you think it's fiberglass? And the thing that really blows my mind is I can take the Lady Luck to a car show, park it, walk away from it to look at everybody else's cars, and you can look back around and it never fails. There's some old guy has sidled up close to it and he's running his fingers up under the fenders to feel if they're fiberglass or not. Now, who ever heard of that? Does that happen in your part of the country? I had the tire patch display under one arm and I had the fiberglass grill in the other hand, so that didn't leave me any hands to shop with. So we decided to start making our way toward the grocery getter to unload and come back for round two. Now this scenario reminds me of working in a machine shop back in the late 80s. I worked with this old machinist, and this guy was what you might call work brittle. In other words, he was in no danger of overexerting himself on the job. Anyway, the boss came by to check on us one day, and this old machinist, he had a cup of coffee in one hand and a cigarette in the other hand. And the boss said, "Which hand are you working with?" And the old machinist said, "I know, it looks bad, don't it?" Now, boys, what the little woman's trying to tell us here is that we wouldn't have got this piece if it hadn't been for her nudging me on it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Somebody back in the day has cut a square hole right smack dab in the middle of this big grapette bottle cap sign. I mean, I wonder why they did that. And they still want $125 for it. That's the reason I don't buy signs at a sign show. I buy car parts. Now, how about this? A 1969 Indian mini bike for $1,900. The nice lady working this booth told me they got this out of an estate. It was in somebody's living room for 35 years as a display piece. Now that's pretty cool. And it runs.
need a phone number, so when I find that 34 Ford, you know, and I ain't got that much money.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Where's my ink pen? Where's my ink pen?
How much is the wheelie sign there? Put that back road.
Aaron, where you at?
Right here, sir. Oh no, it's his sign. He's getting it. There's a guy.
Well, hello, Dolly. Would you look at this here? I don't know how we'd get it home, though. We'd have to flat tow it behind the grocery getter. Check out that blower now, would you? I know what you're thinking. Oh no, another Mountain Dew sign. He's going to sing to us again. I won't put you through that torture a second time, not in the same video. Somebody left a comment the other day and said they absolutely hated the banjo and the bluegrass music in the background on all my videos. And they said what was worse than that was having to listen to my hillbilly accent. They said it was so bad they had to watch my videos with the sound turned all the way down. Now that's pretty funny. So leave me a comment if you love the bluegrass music in the background of my videos, or if you hate it, leave me a comment on that. Not that I'm going to change it, but leave me a comment anyway. Well, we have walked and walked and walked, and I think we've pretty much seen the whole show. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? That's what I thought. Let's head to Debbie's Drive-In and get that peanut butter milkshake.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'll take a hamburger and french fries and a peanut butter milkshake.
Okay.
Wow. I want a cheeseburger.
What?
A cheeseburger.
Okay.
And diet, whatever. A small diet Coke or whatever.
Diet Coke?
Yes, please.
No fries or anything?
No, thank you.
Okay. So a hamburger, a fried cheeseburger, a peanut butter shake, and a Diet Coke?
Yes.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We get all that?
Hope not.
$20.85.
All right. And the peanut butter milkshake. Delicious. French fries and a red boat. Now that's the way you get French fries right there. Debbie's hamburger with half an onion on it. You talk about smelling good after you eat that. Well, you guys know me. I ate everything and didn't eat me first. Now, I promised you guys I would show you everything we bought and tell you how much we paid for it. First off, I got this 34 Ford fiberglass grill that's got a big hunk chewed out of it by somebody's dog. I paid $75 for it. I won't even bother to hang this on the wall. This will go pretty quick. I just bought it to pass along to somebody that needs it. Now, the second thing I bought was this Air Guide Visidome Auto Compass. It was NOS in the original box, has the instructions inside with it. Now, why did I buy this? Because I have a certain car I'm going to put it in? Absolutely not. I'll never put this in a car. The only reason I bought it is because it had a cool box and it was NOS. Oh, and because the guy only wanted $10 for it. That was the main reason. There's one on eBay right now, and it's already bid up to $45, and it has 5 days yet to go. So I guess for $10, I got a pretty good deal. Did I know how much this is worth before I bought it? Absolutely not. It was just an impulse buy. We didn't film the first part of the interaction, but we were just walking along and I heard somebody holler, "Hey, Puddin' Creek." And then he said to pick up this little toy car, which the little woman did, and she flipped it around and it had our name on it. And he gave it to us as a gift. You guys saw it in the video. Our viewers are the very best. I mean to tell you, you guys are just exceptional. All except for that one guy who says he has to watch our videos with the sound turned all the way down. Other than him, you guys are exceptional. Now, we didn't film this either, but the little woman bought this cast iron griddle not to collect, but to use. And she was doing the deal, and I was supposed to be filming, but instead I was just standing around with my teeth in my mouth because I'm used to her filming me instead of me filming her. She paid $30 for the griddle. The tube patch display, if you remember, I thought they would ask like a crazy price for it, $200 or something ridiculous. And when they came back with a price of only $45, I thought I got a real bargain on it. Well, good night, nurse. Look at that. $35. I paid $10 too much. And there I thought I got a bargain. Oh, I'm still happy with it, even for $45. I'll get $45 worth of enjoyment out of it just watching it collect dust. Well, friends and neighbors, that's our show for this week. We sure appreciate you guys coming back every Monday to find out what kind of shenanigans we've got into. If you like the show, throw us a thumbs up. And like I say every week, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.